All right, now let's look at the process of goal setting from beginning to end. All right, so remember, we could set a goal in any of the eight areas of health that we are interested in. So first, you got to kind of pick what area you want to look at, and then decide in that area what you want to change. Right, we want to be very specific. Right, so we then want to measure whatever it is that we want to change. Right. Again, setting a number to it is going to be good, and we need to measure it in some way, shape, or form. This may be, keeping a log of how many times you do something each time. That may be how you're measuring it. We then are going to set a performance goal. Where do we want to get to, right? Now, sometimes that performance goal might actually be a process goal, but sometimes it's a performance goal. It kind of depends on what you're looking to change. We then we want to consider what barriers there are. What could get in the way, right? We have some barriers that will always be there. We could get sick or something along those lines, but also think about, things like upcoming vacations or busy times at work, and decide how you would work around those things before they come up. If you wait till those things come up, many times you'll end up missing your behavior change while you're trying to figure things out. So think ahead on those possible barriers. We then want to design a plan, right? And a plan is simply a series of process goals that you're committing to try to achieve, right? This is where we talked about having short-term goals that lead to the long-term goal. So short-term process goals, for example, that lead to a long-term performance goal. We then want to make a commitment, write down our goal, put it somewhere where we can see it. We want to tell people who will be supportive about it so they can sort of enlist their help, because social support can be very, very helpful when we're trying to make a behavior change. We then want to execute the plan. We want to record what we do all along, right? It could be simply giving yourself check marks in your calendar, or it could be recording exactly what you're doing. It kind of depends on what your goal is and how closely you want to follow it. Also, we want to think that, if something's not working out quite right, or maybe you're not making progress quite as quickly as you thought, or maybe you're making progress much more quickly than you thought, be willing to make adjustments in your plan, right? So that might be moving what you're trying to do up or down, or something along those lines. Making adjustments to your plan is perfectly fine. That can actually make you more successful. Afterwards, at the end, we want to try to remeasure whatever it was we measured the first place, and try to measure it in the exact same way you measured it the first time. And it's that way you can see whether you've made improvement or not. We then want to evaluate how well did we do, right? Did our plan to improve this performance goal work? If it did, great. Can we level it up? If it didn't, okay, well then what can we change to maybe make it a little bit more useful? And then we want to then decide at that point, what do we want to change now, right? Maybe you want to keep working on the same thing. Maybe you want to change to something else. Either way is fine. But again, what we want to do is measure it again before we do it. Now, if you've just measured it and you want to stick with the same thing, you already have a measure. But if you want to switch what you're working on, that's when you would need a new measurement of whatever it is that you want to change that's new. All right. And that's the process. We kind of continue the cycle as long as we want to improve. All right, so that concludes our first series on health and wellness, talking about motivation and goals and what health and wellness is, and the different types of health and wellness and how we make changes. Now, let me know if you found this series to be helpful. Also, if there's a topic in the health or wellness area that you want me to cover, please let me know. I'm always looking for more information or more direction on what you want to get from these videos, right? You can send me an email, call me on the phone, or just if you see me in person, let me know then. And I'll be looking forward to speaking with you.